Hey Marjorie, what's up? It's David, and anybody else who's watching. Again, this is your VP, and first off, just want to say, excellent to see that you found your way to the video post. It's actually making this whole video thing a lot more exciting now that now you got one video post from Callie, one from you. Edward, you're next. Tony, Mr. Preston. Yeah, this is actually becoming kind of a fun feature. Anyway, so this is also an opportune time, I think, to really expand on quotes that we can, put forward for the class. I mean, for the, I always think about it as a class, the club, actually. And so I want to touch on a few things you said. One of which was the Stoics, which I found fascinating. And I don't know too much about the Stoics, to be honest with you. Just the soundbite of information that we're getting right now from political philosophy. But anyway, I was more caught up on the quote, and you might think me a devil with horns for saying this, and or maybe perhaps just the way that it was phrased for Paul Sartre. Sartre. I'm going to start saying Sartre. Uh, hmm. I think it's a workable quote. Um, Although it was a little mischievous, I suppose, from on his part when he put, "It's only because I want others to be enslaved by objects, not me." That does sound a little egotistical, and of course, generosity is definitely something to be likened, something that is but then again, that's also culturally relative, I suppose. I mean, in this day and age. For maybe for one of the longest time since the dawn of Christianity, or even before that, certain things were always, admired. Cunningness, strength, courage, generosity, things like that. Virtues that seem essential for anybody to have if they are to be likened. And in this case, it seems generosity is something that I definitely do appeal to. That's something I definitely do like. So I'm not partitioning myself away from that sort of thinking. However, I do feel that his egotistical, I guess, phrase, if you will, it was somewhat genuine, and that's kind of what I appreciate about it. That's in part why I called it beautiful. For instance, let me read the quote again, and then offer, like I said, somewhat of a smidgen of a defense, maybe in an effort for myself to adopt this sort of thinking. We're possessed by the things we possess. When I like an object, I always give it to someone. It isn't generosity, it's only because I want others to be enslaved by objects, not me. In a very practical sense, I think Sartre's got this idea um, pretty right on. When it comes to, let's say, the beginning stages of being a vegan, trying to cut away all the meat, say, or even, somebody who's a little overweight and wants to get that Spartan 8-pack going on again. And for instance, they're going to Tom's Burgers. Goes with his brother, some friends, and oh boy, those cheeseburgers are looking mighty tasty. But you're trying to lose that weight, and even though you're super hungry, you decide, no, guys, it's my treat. I'll treat you guys out. And realize later that the conscience kicks in, and you're like, oh, okay, now what do I do? Now I have this, and I want to lose weight, blah. And then you end up giving it to one of your friends or your brother. That act of giving it is literally, yeah, it's egotistical. It's a practice that you want to rid yourself of something that is otherwise going to haunt you to obtain your goal. That is, essentially to become healthier, if not that fit, become fit. So there's an egotistical goal trying to be obtained, and usually through practice, realistically speaking, and not ideally, it's usually by means of being exactly that, egotistical, by saying, well, why don't you have this sort of thing that's going to pretty much make me, regret the consequences of it, and thereby let me flourish. You champion the idea that throwing it away is definitely worse than giving it to somebody else, even though it might have a harmful effect. Then again, we could probably disagree there too, but what's better, to throw it away or to give it to somebody that could have a potentially bad effect? Situationally, I suppose. But looking into it from that angle, I think that this quote from Sartre was a very genuine passage, and that's sort of what I get from it. So yeah, let me know what you think. If you're still dead on disagreements, I totally understand it. But that's sort of my, I guess, keep saying defense. I suppose it is a defense for Sartre. But anyway, let me know what you think.